moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga,
what did he sell it? I sell the chicken. So you can come buy it from Rallytown and carry where? Carry, I go try. I go see now. Where was CC coming? We used to sell 2 to the Kaduna, 4 chicken and dry. Yeah, I go sell. Put it down, miss here. That only 4 chicken. 4 chicken. What? That 4 chicken. Yeah. I go sell. And you say, before you used to sell cartons. Yeah, 2 to the Kaduna dry. I sell it. Saturday. Yeah. But they not easy to get 4 chicken. Yeah, going try to go see. So no business going. No business going. Just go in the market, you will see. No business. They 40. Yeah, going to sell my children. So now you get Christmas to wear. Before we try the chicken, we feel go try cancer. They want to buy what children clothes. But look at today Christmas Eve. 40 are going to sell. But I mean, I only 4 about today. They 4 finish. Maybe you'll come by again. They 4. They will not even finish. You sure? Yeah. Go in the market. Okay, so sometimes Christmas Eve like that. How much you used to pay? How much you used to pay at the end of the day? I will make profit, go buy my children clothes with the profit. But now they 40 can give me profit to go buy clothes for my children. How is life? How is the business? How is the buying rate?
No, one thing that's also me now, the egg. We're buying egg for $50. Now they are selling egg $75. They are high in the air when you go to school, you come $75 for
you say $75 for one egg?
One carton of egg. We're buying it $50.
Oh, you mean one carton of egg, you are buying it $50 US. Yeah. But now it's 75.
It jumped to 75. Now we're buying the powerhouse for $1,050 for 6 pieces. Now you are jumped to $1,000 to $3,000. Now we were buying the goes on September. We're buying Princess Sardine for $38. Ottawa, they care to $40. December now is selling $45. See the inflation too much in the prices. So the government, the common ministry need to see how to do, because now we are doing the petty business, giving a hard time to sell. So the government need to come in. See prices, they just carrying it up. So government need to come in. Now I'm coming to come back now. The prices now, when you go out, the prices when you carry Liberty, they tell you $9.25.
So when you buy the egg flat for $75 US, how much you can sell one egg?
Now we are saying $50 for one.
$50 for one.
Yes. $50.
So how is the buying rate now as a businessman?
As a businessman, if you go in the store to buy, they'll tell you.
No, I mean, people buying from you in terms of how much you making now per day, how much you think you make before, is the business going?
No, the buying rate is dropping. It's just declining. So the government ministry need to work harder.
So for example, as a small businessman, how much you used to make before a day? Like maybe they kind of Christmas season a day.
They kind of Christmas season. Sometimes I make 60. I made 30, I made 40, but now the business is just dropping.
How much are you making now?
Yesterday, I made around 20.
You are not expecting it?
I was not expecting it because it was very low in the Christmas season. You get it kind of low in the Christmas season. We will make more money, but now the government ministry needs to speak out harder on those business people.
Any special message for the government?
What my main message to the government, the government ministry need to visit those people are selling. With the retailer, they give me a hard time to purchase. I just bought sardine this morning for I pay sardine $45. Before buying sardine $38. Now you go to $38.
So it's 45. So
it's $45, $7 on the carton. Then we're buying egg. Mostly egg. We're buying egg $50. They put $25 on the egg carton. They gave me a hard time. Thank you, Clara.
To be real, we all the government challenge on the bread and butter issue.
What a bread and butter issue?
The bread and butter, in a simple form, we say bread and butter that is economy.
All right.
Yeah, the
Money now real floating. You're not changing hands.
The bread and butter, which means the economy, which means the way the money can circulate.
All right.
Yeah, people can get job, people on a job, people ain't know to get money a hard. But yeah, to get money a hard. But government need to do something for the unemployment. People sitting down. People do the work.
A lot of people not working.
And when people work, they will take that money, they bring it to this store. They can't, when I bring it here, other person carrying it, when he puts it in it, I ain't know the government. So I want for my president to work on the bread and butter issue.
How is the business going?
The business, everything now okay.
Everything now okay?
Yeah, but
When you say everything now okay, what you mean?
the business now going like before.
They're not buying like before?
Yeah, not buying like before.
They used to buy from you before?
Yeah.
How much you used to make a day, like for example?
Two jobs we are trying to make 25,000 to sell the food in the store. The other 60 people in China make 30,000.
Doing jobs we have time?
Yeah, 2 jobs we are.
You used to make 25,000-30,000 every day?
Christmas,
Oh, Christmas season.
Christmas season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But right now, how everything?
So everything now okay. So I'm making 50,000.
How is the country? How are the businesses? How is your business?
The business is not very moving like the way it used to be. But there are so many factors responsible for that.
What are some of the factors that make a business not moving like before? Tell us.
Some of the factors when we ask customers, they say they will say the way last time, during Ellington or during the previous government time, when we're here, money were in the country. There were so many investors in the country, but now most of them are gone, and then this is the reason why things are getting harder.
Wow. Also, the people that can buy from you that they can tell you say there are no customers and all the kind of things.
Yeah,
But how about you as a businessman? How much you used to make before, and has the buying rate dropped from you or increasing?
The buying rate is very decreasing.
It went down.
Yeah,
See now like before.
yeah, it's dropping.
Sometimes whole day when you finish with your hustle, then how much you used to get?
I used to get like 1,000, now 1,000 plus
As your income.
Yeah,
And now you're not going like that.
it's not really.
This government, we are getting our stress because things that will happen.
We can come quick. We can come closer. You said the government giving us stress.
Yes,
What you
very,
mean?
very stress. Because things that used to happen in the country normally, nothing going on. Business, everything not going on freely. I mean, everything that size, and people fighting it so high.
I might know business. I'm going. You business man.
Yeah, I'm a businessman.
What do you sell?
I'm from Rana Street. I sell it things like
Okay.
auto designer.
Oh, you auto designer.
Yeah.
Business used to go before.
Yes.
Business used to go before.
Yes, business used to go before. Business used to go.
Let me say good morning, good afternoon, and so we are here to speak with these market women. They just came at our office protesting that they were taken from the street. So I will talk with you people one after the other, and you will explain what is the issue and why you want for government to do. So, who are starting with? Who talking first? All right, no problem. Just call your name.
My name is Ruth Wisse
Okay.
from Merkley Street.
Mm-hmm.
We are the ocean carriers are selling on Merkley Street.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, we heard before that the government said we should leave the street. We should stop selling on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But the kind of other people who sitting at the side wall, they are still selling there.
Mm-hmm.
But we are the ocean carriers. They pushing us away to leave the street, where other people are still sitting there selling. So if they want for us to leave the streets, other people not supposed to be sitting on the street selling too, because that's why they are all on the sea league. We all are selling, so they shouldn't step us away and for them to take over. No, if the government want offer us to move, let just step it on to all men. Let we leave. Because we ourselves, we have our children, we have our family that are depending on us. So we are appealing to the government to be perceived. We are appealing to the government to help us. to find a specific place for us to sell. But other people will not be selling and we be left out.
Okay. All right. So who else? Yeah. What the issue? Why the issue you're facing? You seen the dresses in your hand. They don't take your market from your hand.
Their money they say we shouldn't sell, and we're not dating it or we're not fighting it, but other people selling. They say we not sell that. We don't know the reason why they say we shouldn't sell. We are standing, but other people sitting on the side was selling. The reason we want to know.
So only you people that can stand on the sidewalk.
Yes.
They say we should
They say we will not sell.
But government said they want to clearly say that why you get a problem with it?
Well, we don't have a problem with it, but other people sitting selling on the same side that we are.
We got
But
problem
we
with
standing
it.
on to our market too, but they say we should move. But we're moving, other people staying selling.
And you think that it's not right that other people say
When you say Justin might be done, oh man, it might be one person.
but maybe the people that sitting and selling, maybe they pay, and they pay revenue to the government.
Not really.
But you're paying revenue?
No, we are still sellers. We are still sellers.
There for us. The machine said they can pour on half of it at break time. You go, you can gather 4 o'clock in the end. Someone else living destined. I think that you sick, then you get them back 4 o'clock in the night, to go send out to hospital until in the morning. You send out there, and they say you will tell you no material, or they will not treat you for that day. So your country, our help, really need your help to save us, please.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies to go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today is the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You see a Liberia that will give you hope. You see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time again. A wonderful time. A very, very wonderful time. Just do us a favor, and that favor we want you to do for us is to hit for us the share button, and let's get ready to bring you what we can bring you. We promise to bring you the best, nothing but the best. We are grateful today, fellow Liberians, that we have another opportunity to be on here with you. And like I always say to people, help us. What we are doing, there is no financial inducement for what we do from anybody. All of us that you see on here, we make the necessary sacrifices to ensure that we are here. Sometimes it is tough. Out of our meager resources, whatever we have to be able to sustain the family, we have to chip in it to be here. Some of the things that you see we do here cost a lot. But again, we take pleasure in what we are doing because we are here to ensure that our people are adequately informed and they are liberated. This is our own patriotic duty that we see. So we are not going to stop what we are doing. While it is true that sometimes the news that comes is a kind of bit terrible, but again, all we can do is to provide you the information so that you know what our people are faced with. On this note, fellow Liberians, I'm grateful to have with me my own brother Jake. Jake, how are you, Chief?
Salute to you and to the follower. Respect to you, the followers and Chokom. Salute, brother. Yeah, good. Okay.
Thank you so much. We have also been joined by our brother Trokon. Brother Trokon, how are you, sir? Welcome.
Well, I'm okay. I hope you're getting me.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm okay. Everyone. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so very kindly. So let's go as we welcome some of our people that have joined us. We can just mute ourselves in the background so we can have a kind of noise from our end. But let's welcome some of our people. Madam Josephine Campbell, the chaplain for the reformers. I want to say you are highly welcome. I want to welcome Mohammed Sombai. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Mohammed Sombai, it's a privilege for us to have you here. I want to welcome the Metro Media. Anthony Rogers, how are you? Thank you so much for your presence here. I want to welcome uh, Jeronic Benson. Thank you so much for your presence here. We do appreciate you. Sando Branel. Thank you so much, Sando Branel. We appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you that are joining us from across the globe, which because of technology we may not be able to see, we want to say you are highly welcome. Those of you joining us on TikTok, those of you joining us on the YouTube channel, those of you joining us on the various platforms, we want to say all of you are welcome and we want to thank you so very kindly for what you continue to do. Thank you. Today we are going to be looking at several issues. And to begin with, we want to start with our brother Chokon. He did a very, very brilliant work 2 days ago. Emmanuel Kuya, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Abraham, how are you? Thank you. Joining us there from Habel Firestone. He did a very brilliant work. He was on the scene when something very horrific was happening in Liberia. It is not a strange thing under this government. Continue to happen on a daily basis. But we are grateful that he was right on the scene and he was able to capture the incident that happened. I want to see, Choko, is it possible you can share? Okay, let me see. Let me go on your page and see if I can get it right on your page there. Let me see if I can get it on your page. I just want to play a few bars of it. Okay. And you get it on your page, the Trocon uh, page. Is there right? Chokon, you have it on the page? Is it on your page? Okay, fine. Yeah, it's on his page. Okay. So let's go ahead as we bring this. Let's bring this for you. Okay.
One person claimed the entire place. There's a guy who came from the US and he said it is Cinco community, 4th, 5th, and 6th Street. One person claimed the entire place. There's a guy who came from the US and he said the entire place belongs to him. So he is demolishing this place. Claiming, yeah. Oh God. Thousands of people are going to be made homeless or are already homeless. Children are going to be out of school. But that's the kind of country that we have. No justice for the poor. I mean, somebody just came from America and said the entire place belongs to them.
Pauline
It
Tikiti
is
Brown, thank you
Cinco
so much
community,
for your presence.
tier 4, 5th, and 6th Street. One person
Abigail
said the entire
Williams,
place
how are
belongs to
you?
them.
Thank you for joining us.
Here in Mortorado County, along the Jalatan Raft, going straight to the main road. See it? Thousands of people, hundreds of homes.
So I want to pause this here as we begin with our brother Chokon. My brother Chokon, you were right on the scene when that horrific incident happened early in the morning. From what we gather from your, coverage, these people were never informed They woke up in the morning. In fact, some of them were even asleep when they heard the bulldozer breaking down homes, not giving prior notice. And you were on the scene. Let's hear from you, my brother. From your interaction, from what you heard from people, what you witnessed, how devastating that situation was. Give us a kind of view of what happened on that scene. Yeah, you just unmute yourself. Oh wow, okay. So I think he's having some issues, but he's going to come back and we're going to begin with him. But let's just go to our brother Jake. My brother Jake, you saw the incident that happened on the 3rd Street, the 4th Street, and portion of the 5th Street. That place, people have been there from information we gather since the 80s. A lady who spoke said her family got that place way back in the 80s, 1982, 83, and thereabout. Okay, our brother Chokon is back. Yeah, Chokon, so I'm very sure you got the question. Let's hear from you, sir. You was on the scene. That incident happened. Let's hear from you.
So, again, I want to say thanks to our audience, Honorable Sharif, Chief Jakes. I want to say thank you. I witnessed that sad situation. I hope I'm clear. Yeah. So, I witnessed that sad situation. I think on yesterday or day before yesterday. I went there and witnessed the police. I mean, they were prepared to know the normal way they operate, right? So the police were in a full gear. They had a tear gear. They had different arms and ammunition prepared to, do the normal thing. So I saw Liberians, being made homeless, and I was like, wow, you know. But what even broke my heart, I toured the entire community. If you look at that video, I toured the entire community. I went from house to house, from home to home. I went everywhere. And I went everywhere I mean, I showed the condition of the people that are living there, what they are going through, being made homeless, and the rest of them. And I saw the yellow machine there destroying people's property. So I was like, wow, but this place don't have enough lawmaker. You know. So I did, but it was starting. I recorded for almost 14 minutes. But Sherry, I just could not stand it because as I was standing looking at people being frustrated, tears keep rolling down my eyes. The kind of things some of us we can't just stand it because the frustration, the pain was just too. But imagine, I'm not one of those that was being affected by this demolition, but I just could not stand the pain that the people were going through. I have to leave, I had to because it was just not, okay to see. Over 5,000 people being homeless. My heart keep burning. Too many things coming to my mind. I'm thinking about what if they were, what if I was one of those that were being victimized. And I see people justify on Facebook. I was
Okay, I think there are challenges from his end as far as the internet is concerned. In Liberia, sometimes it's just unfortunate. Uh, Even right in Monrovia, where you think you should have full coverage of the internet services, unfortunately, people still find it very difficult. Right in Monrovia, in the heart of the city, it's just unfortunate. Everything is just, I don't know, upside down. But somebody will say it is what it is, and the only thing that we can do is to ensure that sometimes we do our best. Yes, my brother, you froze at a certain point in time as you were narrating the story. I'm sorry, unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello, you getting me? Yeah, my phone was giving me hard time. I tried changing it, but the new phone is kind of embarrassing. I will take time to get used to it. It's quick to get hot. So, like I was saying, I toured the entire facility, the entire community. As a matter of fact, the demolition started from 10th Street. It went as far as 6th Street, So I toured the place. I just the emotion was keep increasing. I was forced to leave the place because trust me, if I could continue, if I could remain at that site maybe for the next 1 or 2 hours, I mean, who knows? I could have gotten angry and probably get involved or get myself into trouble because it was just hard to bear. You see people with children. I mean, some people they even sleep at the house. People calling them and say, "Oh, you gotta come," but if not so, you'll not even get, even cover clothes. I mean, it was so frustrating. You see parents, you see children that's supposed to be in school. I mean, Sunday, it's a Saturday, right? On that Saturday, what you find Liberians were trying to maybe arrange their clothes, wash their clothes, do some cleaning up. Some people didn't sleep home, and people had to call them and say, "Come over." And now you say, "Yeah, before if you not come quick, you will not even get anything out of your house." And so it was too emotional, Mr. Sharif and Jake. It was just too emotional. But again, that's the situation we had. I left there, I made almost like 30 minutes. I saw more than 100 homes being demolished, heavily guarded by the police. But that's the situation. It was so emotional. You see people crying. I could not just recall some people because man said I was getting too emotional and I have to leave. But that's the situation. And you see folks from the government justifying, even the lawmaker, Princeton went there and you saw him, bouncing around how if the law is the law. I mean, what is the sense of humanity? Let's agree this land belongs to this private, Liberian citizen. Why would it take the government to just intervene, to just give the people at least 2 months or 3 months, at least so they can find, so they can move in dignity? I mean, so they can move in low respect. But I mean, to just display. Look, what I saw, what I witnessed, only water and these things can happen because water probably say rocket trap in the community and just see people start running out of their homes. I think that was a clear reflection of during the war days. And it was sad. And the frustrating part of it is that you see people surrogates of government defending, they bet on people property. But there are hundreds of them that are interacted with that show valid deed, that show legal documents of these properties. But again, they said the guy in question, he's a close ally to the president. He's so protected that nobody dare challenges him. But that's the situation, Sharif. I mean, you could be where, look, this is my first time saying I shed tears. I mean, do you know what I mean? Some single parents, you got 2, 3 children, and I mean, where will you sleep? At least if you're a single parent, you don't have attachment or you don't have child. I mean, you could pass to one of your friends and maybe sleep there. But imagine you got children, the children are in school, all of those children that are living in that community, they will definitely be out of school because I mean some of the parents move far distant areas, some of them don't even have, some of them just pay rent, some people pay $1,200 just they call January, some people pay 3,000, different views. But again, I was getting too emotional because it was just so frustrating I had to leave. But that's the situation. That's the situation I'm sharing. It's so sad.
Wow. Thank you, my brother. What I'm screening currently, I took it from on your page. In fact, because I follow you, as soon as you went live, I was at work when I received that notification. I'm like, what is this? And the first 10 minutes that I went into the video, what I saw, I could not continue it because it was horrific. It was heartbreaking. It was something that you never expect. But my brother Jake, I'm very sure you saw the video because it's all over. There are other
Mhm.
people who went there.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you, sir. What do you
Prince,
make of
you know me. And the follower salute to you again. You please have to share this video. You share this video. Let go a lot of people. Probably it's not an old video, a lot of people saying it. But Prince, I will go there strictly. There is pure political honor too. There's pure politics. Let me tell you something. The whole country now, they started everything that happened in the country under the list of the CDC, the politics. So we're not sugarcoating nothing. We're in February now, going forward. I told people here, the CDC has to fasten a seat belt. Fire for fire, as the president said. I always tell you here, the country belongs to everybody. Under the Unity Party, they got to govern the country, the peace, the stability of that country, under that belt. It's not on CDC belt. Let me tell you, it's not on CDC belt. It's so painful, the kind of society we, some of us on the platform, come from, as Chokon said. If you look at the group of people in the legislature that they day long, other day, they came from the sea shouting horses, they see property there. They will never brag here. We know each other in the Republic of Liberia. Even some people in that whole area were even better for some of them. Let me tell you, if you check it up, it's a UP guy in America. Got serious style with the government. I think if this was a CDC heavy president like living in the States that own their property and come to Liberia, on that tenure to say, oh, the whole area belong to me, go to the coastal cemetery. You think they were demolishing people's houses? No. They will take years. It will take years. So it's strictly politics here. The Manashu code nothing. You see the people on social media that in, especially that in the hierarchy, that in line with the Unity Party, they justify their ugly behavior. What did he coming to that property? For all that fun on his knee, priest, get that fun on his knee. That journalist saying, who this guy that secure all the property? Why he lineage to the Unity Party? What he doing in America? Everybody know he's black. All those that live in America, they know him. You see some millionaire that coming to invest in that property, coming base structure, affordable housing unit for these people or for people. Let's see what. Let's see years upon years how the court made it, how the court came to the funding, how the decision was made. Who to that particular court he went to? Who are the judges? These are the things people sort of find out about these people. Let know him. What kind of connection he get with the Unity Party? If he have connection with the president or hierarchy within the executive branch of government or top people in the legislature, we want to know. You can get the people time. Okay, even if something made on here, you don't get some kind of phone draft to say, okay, I want development my property, but mess up the government. Yes, so funds for these people here. In case they evacuating, they live in a particular place, they can get some kind of help. We can give them time. We can give them another more 3 months. Then I will come on radio station or I meet the media to put my kids to the Liberian people. But the particular man will find out his name, you'll be ugly in society. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something here. You don't know Liberian people, eh? You don't know Liberian people. If we know the particular man name, he will be like ghost in the Republic of Liberia. Why that is funny, we need to find out. Let journalists that on their platform or whatsoever media, you cannot find out who this particular guy like earn that girl or the parents' property over to him like that. He will not be rated in our society. He's a cruel person. It's a cruel. You don't call it spade or spade. No sugarcoating, nothing yet. Please, and I'm going to tell you something. The battle line is June. You think I'm joking? The Unity Party brought division to the country until you're seeing the division. Not only they destroying a single belt, all the era. Look at who representative for that particular era. He's justifying it. He's not even having pity for these people because now he gains seats now. He's taking taxpayer money. That means was never relevant. Nobody knew them. They just cajole Liberian people, play deceitful politics in our whole region and fool the people, blinded the people. Today they voted for him. He's sitting on a high horse now. But that high horse will throw him down tomorrow. We will never forget what they did. The people in that community will never forget. Please, let me tell you something. I would say it strictly. You're lucky or not. A joy, you don't want to be president of the republic. If you feel a golf foot, he's satisfied. You need to talk it. After my great spirit I give it to the former president that I know is after the World Cup. Because you get a piece of job to do. The World Cup will be over by July or August. Going to September will be over. That is the time now for us, for he to be part of that movement now. The same way the United Party needs to check in protest. Why can't they stay in protest? Coming student protest. All of they stood at June 7 protest. The videos are all there. So that thing, when I'm telling you something, there's people intimidating the whole Republic of Liberia. The whole Republic of Liberia. Some country, you know what happened today? That particular time election, every people that get shanty houses all around the Republic of Liberia, they were mad and that happened. But the country, they feel intimidating everybody in the country. They got a fearful police force now on a great comment. Well, I tell you, that's why I like my Europe and my America. They got something, which you know, they got something called doxing. They got something that dog. You see what happened? You see what happened in America? When us went to Minnesota, were doing too much. They were doxing all their family, their relatives, their children at the school. Why don't they change the boss? Who is Greg Como? We know where a family live. You think Greg getting to lose to anybody else? How can he but no camp policy in the whole country? They can negotiate on the table, but everything that the Lucy Board doesn't party headquarters, all these places, that the way of violence in the country. And to the project said that's a panel, me tell you the truth. Cities will not come to power. Y'all leave wrecking election better than what I say. My greatest fear in that next or 2029 will not surface. The year will surface. But I did that particular date that 11 people will go to the ballot box. Sorry, Prince, it will not happen. It will not seriously happen. Because you can see how they got in, you can see how they got in moving the country, how they got intimidating back rider, keke rider. Everybody, market, you got the vendor, the vendor, the reselling, the people are selling all on the street. They get way to take them out of the street. Then, how man I ruled that country before. He took time. Charles Gangeta took time with people. He took time with people. That is like a citizen, other people you govern. But everything, sooner they get ready. Prince, let me tell you something. How the people stare this shit here. I can still remember vividly. Prince, that reality of like Kingman massacre, that King George massacre. When the people were protesting for that right concession company era, when they moved on there and massacred them, at that time I was in Liberia. I was sitting with the former president of the Jamaican Resort. The thing was unfolding. They are asking. He said, this Jake, this is not my party, this is not CDC. This is arrogant party, it's a unity party that had it on move. They see people protest against me. When they sing that signal, for that day, they unleash, everybody fear them. Please don't forget to know that the people were in opposition. They calculated how CDC and the government were reluctant or the tolerance, this and that. And I tell you, this is a party that will read a playboy and a doctrine. It's a party of violence. Ellen Johnson said he know it. It's a party of violence and not tolerant. And the greatest symbol of bullying. We are listen group of people of bullying. You know, they split the sense of bullying. We gotta bully them back. You gotta bully them back. If you bully them back, they will use you. They will use you. That's also cowards ruling our country. Let me tell you today. They forming themselves. They're not radical. They're in the body. They're not radical. But they play on the Liberian people. See how the student union mute now. You know George Weah time. You saw how that whole university were looking soon there. Everything was protesting the country. They were silent there. And they said they were beating bed in the few times. Their own university. And they marched on them. What did they? They ran away. They ran away. And they start Julia Howard telling them for entering that university or Liberia. They stop other people from entering that university or Liberia. I dare them to stop any government official for entering. Like Tony, police can't on them. You know all the political horses in the country. You know that children in go to school. You know them. You're in the same neighborhood with them. Then they intimidating you, they killing you. Then I'm gonna show it with scot-free in the Republic of Liberia. Please, it don't happen
Thank
here in
you.
the West here. It
Thank
don't
you.
happen here
Thank
in the
you.
West.
Thank you
I
so
beg you,
much,
I
my
beg.
brother. Thank you so very kindly. Fellow Liberians, I want to start by saying this. Sometimes it's hard to bring this news, but again, it is our duty to educate our people and bring this information. When I saw that thing, it had me very unstable. Even up to now, as I speak to you, I am not very well seeing that. And it's for many reasons. But before going there, President, we are told Liberians that he is a builder and these people are destroyer. And we thought that he was kidding. But today we are seeing it. I remember in 2019, an incident happened in Liberia. One happened, I think, on the Oro, and another one happened in Popo Beach, where a house, where people were living, gutted by fire. It was almost like, I think, a 19-bedroom zing house. Not really kind of zing house now, but house in the entire community was gutted by fire. Similar thing happened in Popo Beach. The president went there and said, we got to make intervention. These people that are living in these areas, they are some of the people that don't have white collar job. They depend on the sea and all these other areas, do one or two hustle. Let us do something. I don't want fellow Liberians you to believe it. I want to display and I will read portion of that for you to see. Let's go to the e-mansion website for you to see what we're talking about here. This is it. This is the e-mansion website. When President Weah, here he is, when he identified with the community that was affected by this particular fire incident. Let me read a portion of it from the Executive Mansion website here, and then we can move ahead. President, we are identified with the fire victim. That is with Oro fire victim. It's right there. You look at it, you're going to see it right there. It's right here. Let me just read portion of it, and then we can move on to give you what we're supposed to give you. So it says that on Thursday, April 11, 2019, Monrovia, Liberia, barely 3 days after reaching out to dozens of fire victims in the Popo Beach community in Nuku Town, where he provided some emergency supplies and promised to rebuild their homes. President George Manneh Weah has promised to relocate another group of fire victims. On Wednesday, April the 10th, 2019, fire gutted a 19-bedroom zing house on Smart Road in the Oro community, leaving dozens of occupants, including women, children, and the elderly, homeless. Moved by the horrific story of the victims, President Weah on Thursday, April 11, 2019, visited the disaster scene to identify with the victim, following a brief chat with the victim to familiarize himself with the extent of the tragedy. The Liberian leader assured the victim of his government's support, as he did during his visit to Popo Beach. The Liberian leader and entourage, flanked by the fire victim and other community dwellers, walked through the rubble of the burned structure. The Liberian president expressed his deepest regret about the fire incident and promised the 52 victims of government determination to relocate them. Amid applause and songs of praises rendered by the victim and well wishers, President Weah announced that the government, especially his office, will take charge of the situation as a way of showing care, love, and support for the 19 family heads and their dependents who have lost property to the fire incident. Since the burnt house was built on an alley, the president said the victim will be given temporary shelter while the I'm sorry. So I just want to read a few bars of it before we can start to, to discuss this. I'm taking this from the Executive Mansion website. So you are seeing it there. It's right there. You can, follow along and read along. So it says, okay, effort to relocate them at the Rabos International Airport Highway. The president and his government is committed to addressing the needs of the people, especially those struck by disaster and are in dire needs of humanitarian assistance. While the government wants to relocate the victim in new structure to be built later, the president said it will be up to the 19 family heads to decide their next move. President Weah has further ordered the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs and relevant government agency to work with the Smart Road community leadership to ensure that the victims have immediate temporary shelter while the government is working out modalities for permanent shelter. This is it, fellow Liberians. You know, there is a reason why I am reading this, and thanks to all of you who are here with us. There has always been disaster in Liberia, from fire incident to people trying to evict people and etc. But one thing President Weah has always been magnanimous in doing is to assist these people. On so many occasions, we have experienced fire disaster in Liberia. Do you know that there is a budget that President Joseph Nyuma Boeka is having called the Disaster Relief Fund? That disaster relief fund had almost about a pretty close to maybe $500,000 in that fund. And that fund is intended that when people are struck by disaster, that government can be able to come in. All the time that people have been hit by disaster in Liberia, I challenge anybody on this platform who supports the risky mission.
Yeah,
Not
let it
a
bring
single
video.
intervention
Yes.
has been made by the office of Joseph Nyuma Boeka to people who has been affected by other fire or their property has been broken down or they have been displaced by some kind of means. Not a single person.
Or pray, let it relay video for you to go there to see them, for you to appear to console these people. Want to see the video?
Definitely. So I just read for you and I show you what President Weah did for this fire victim. Relocate them, have a place for them. In fact, on the highway now, some of them are thinking about buying that area. In fact, during the time President Weah was there, visited that place, he tried to work along with them so they can buy the place. Those who have the money, they can buy that place, and the government was going to help them, at least with some kind of money to start their project. I think by now some of them are there. This is what President Weah was able to do. But you have a man who is an elder, who you think should have a sympathy for people, for human being. Look at what is happening under this man. From one disaster to the other. Now, that particular area is not the first time that people have gone there to claim that entire place. I remember in 2020, the similar thing happened in that particular area where the same guy went there and said the 3rd Street, the 4th Street, including where JJ Rabba is. He went as far as to the JJ Rabba areas there and said that that entire property was for them. And the government had to intervene thanks to Honorable Moses Akara's Gray and said, well, the documents that we are looking at is somehow fishy. But again, even if this particular document is authentic, to move these people from here requires a lot. Let us sit down, let us talk. These people have been here for years. Is it possible that they can buy these properties? Some of them can buy the property and be on it. Because taking them from here will be a burden on us as a government. And because of the government intervention and what the government was able to do, now they got first time coming, they even first time coming. He came. And the
But
government,
Prince, who is he in America? Who is he? Who this guy?
I need to check, but I don't know who this guy is. But he has a very good connection. In fact, he is one of the campaign. He was one of the financier of Joseph Nyuma Boeka. Remember when he was coming here to the US? This guy worked even along with Stanton in raising fund for, Joseph Newman Boyka, this particular guy. Now, he went to Liberia and they told him, it was not he alone. So other people went there and the government said, you got to carry this thing to the court. We got to look at it. From there, we got to sit down and talk. If there is a way that government can be able to compensate for some of these areas, we can be able to do that. We can buy it. But to move these people will be too much burden on the government. We are already struggling. We do not even have job for these people. And you making them homeless, that would be a very, very big blow. Now, I don't want you to believe this portion. You remember when how you call Firestone said they were putting down 800
Yes,
Liberians.
yes.
What did the government do? The government went there and
They
told Firestone
intervene.
that, look, Firestone, you can put these people down. You remember it was Patrick Hona then that were making how you call a news out of it. Oh, they coming pull Liberian down. Oh, 800
Yes,
Liberian coming say that. Patrick Hona then were making it low political. And the government came and said, look, these people, Firestone, you can put them down. What we can do is that, is it possible for us to be able to help you? Maybe some of the taxes that you pay when you are
yes.
bringing in material, President Weah said we can cut down some of the taxes because I know you spending, you are doing business, you are not here free. So if we can be able to relax some of the taxes on Firestone to
Yeah,
ensure that these 800 people are not fired, we can do it. And it happened. That happened. And the 800 people retained that job. Let's even forget about the 800 people, but the issue of the rice. I remember during the administration of President Weah, when rice price was going up, because of drought, in those countries that are producing rice, and because of other, economic factors, those other countries that were importing rice in a huge quantity, exporting rice in a
In
huge
the
quantity to
Ukraine
other
war, in the
countries.
Ukraine war was going
Thank you.
on.
Thank you very much. The Ukraine war was also going on. So the prices of rice, even here in America, the prices of rice increased. Here in America, where we live, the prices of rice increased. So what President Weah did was to intervene to say, look, in order to bring the price of rice down to a level where our people can afford, we will subsidize you people.
Yeah, you
And the
subsidize.
Unity Party took that out of context and they ran with it. They caused a lot of noise. All the time that President Weah was there, he
Everything are politics for them.
subsidized these people. And at the end of the day, we saw the price of rice. But look at what is happening under Joseph Newman Boyka. You gave these people job. Most of them, you downsized their husbands, their wife, their family members. You took them off job. Some of these people that built that area, some of them had a medium of at least funding for their family. Some of them bought motorbikes and gave it to their children or give it to people and say, look, run. You report to me after 3 days, the 4 day, you take it, the 5 day, I get it. And through that, these people were able to manage to build some of these structures that you see there. I came across some people who were able to build, solid building out of just riding motorbikes. I interviewed them, it was on my page when I was in Liberia, who were able to sustain their family. Now, you came as a government, you deny these people the opportunity to make money for themselves, their means of employment, what we call self-employment. You deny these people, take them off the street. All right, so at least some of them get their leasing shack that they are managing in. Soon money without any prior information. For God in heaven's sake, Mr. Boyka, you will sit down and you allow people only because they have lineage with you or because they have connection with you or to you to break down those people building. There is a church in that area that was running a school, and that school there that were owned by the church had almost about 200 kids that were attending that particular school, that church school. In that area there, the church school. I used to live in that area right by the fee. Right by the fee there, right behind how you call right by the fee where they have that motel, some kind of motel they get around there. I've forgotten the name. The name I slipped my mind, but they get some kind of motel right around there. Let the football field, let the motel. I was living right around that place. I saw the place. They broke the place. I lived down there for a very long time. That particular area. And these people have been there since, some of them 1979, some of them since 80. They have been down there when that place was like a complete, butch, so to speak. They bought that place from, some people bought that place from, they get D. They bought that place from government, some of them. Way back in the 70s, they bought that place from government. So you can see how insensitive and wicked this government is. In this day, age, and time where you don't have jobs, but yet you are breaking people building. And the president, this wicked old witchcraft by the name of Joseph Newman Boyka, you cannot intervene. Amen. What kind of wickedness is this? So then what happened to the disaster relief fund where you get almost about $1 million in the president's account, so to speak? You say you want to, according to them, they say that money is for a disaster. They say presidential disaster fund. Where is that money going? What kind of wickedness is this? How will you be wicked to your own people? And the way the thing happened is so. I was following Choko, right? And I said I couldn't go complete 10 minutes. It was too horrific for me. It was too heartbreaking for me. I had to just cut it off. To break down these people soon in the morning. Imagine some people were not even there. Some people are going to see family members. Some people going in different area when they started breaking that particular area there. And even what is even more, it's just unimaginable is that after not informing the people and breaking their homes, guess what happened? The idiot of a lawmaker by the name of Prince 2 were able to write on his page that all of the people that were affected, you can't put your name down. We give you small money. We get $3.4 million, Liberian dollar. $3.4 million Liberian dollar. We give you small thing. Is this not an insult? Is this not the highest level of injury you can cause on somebody's life? I saw the video of another lady. The lady said, "My people, it's just best for me to die." They almost say, "Let my 4 children here." I just from Ghana, Hospital Bay. Everything that I had was in my house because I get small shop. They broke all down. And the lady said she was with her sister because she tried to recover. She gets small children there. So her children was with one of the neighbor while she was with one of her sister, at least so she can, recuperate. She said she was on her sick bed. When they call her, say, "Your husband bye already it down to the ground." She said, "What?" She's on the internet. Her video is going around the place. I get a video. They almost said they broke the place down, all of the goods that she had. Because when she was coming, she decided to buy some goods so that at least when her body get well, then she can start selling. So everything left in the place, they broke it down. The other men who were there, our brother then, they start taking the things. Is this how a government can be insensitive to the plight of our own people? Is this how a government can be wicked to the people who voted for them? My brother Chokon, let's hear from you as we conclude and go to our next topic. This is the highest level of wickedness. Again, I want to say welcome to all of you. Amara, you are welcome. I want to welcome Tracy. Tracy, you are right anyway that we should call our people our family. Yeah, you are right. I want to welcome Frederick Inesta Wilson. Thank you for joining us. Venetia's Junior Bar, thank you so much. Jay Reeves, you are highly welcome. Benjamin, thank you so much. Comfort Cooper, you are highly welcome. I want to say, Nina Kuya, how are you, my lovely sister Nina? Thank you for joining us. Abraham Swain, you are highly welcome. Frank O. Gongano Moluba, the SG of the DMV, I want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you. The folks there from the Kings FM, we want to say you are all welcome. Thank you so very kindly for joining us. Those of you joining us on YouTube, we appreciate all of you and thank you so much for your presence here. Agnes, how are you? Thank you for your presence. Melvin, thank you so much. My brother, let's hear from you, Choko, as we conclude on this. This that has happened, I want to ask you a question. I want to put you in the seat and ask you this question. How has this affected not only the people of that community, but our economy? How has it affected it?
So, our Sharif, and Brother Jakes, and our followers. Am I clear?
Very loud and clear. Yeah.
So, before I can go to your question, let me first give you a reminder. Do you remember that there was a senior lawmaker that offered me, I know, 40,000 during the time we had a motorcyclist protest? Can you remember that guy? Yeah? It was the same guy. When we mobilized over 10,000 young people, motorcyclists, and we took them to the street in protest against the useless government that stole 14 million from our poor people and banned them from coming on the street. Their full corporate store was brave to look at me and say, "Give me 40,000 liberty as bribe." This guy, 40,000 liberty. And that video trending for some number of days. He look at me and say, yeah, it's 40,000 here. When the government just collected over 14 million from poor motorcyclists, and we went to protest against the government, calling on the president to intervene. I said, Mr. President, no, you can't steal from us in a form and manner. You can't collect $350 US from each motorcyclist. You raised over 14 million United States dollars to beat our people, to ensure their back, paying $150 US for one old motorbike, paying $45 US for travel lesson even though they were riding motorbike, paying $50 US for two helmets, paying $22 US for reflective jacket, paying $17 US for V-mirror, paying $5,000 Liberian dollar on the Liberian business registry to go and register their back, paying $30 US for safety shoes. At least over $350 US e-motorcycle fees, and the government raised more than 14 million. Went to the government, went to the president and said, oh, went to our legislature, asking them for their intervention. This very lawmaker was brave to look at me and say, Mr. President of the motorcyclists, I gave you 40,000 in the water. He didn't God. He looked at me. Look, I may be hungry, I may not be rich like others, right? I may not have everything you get thinking about. But I'm grateful to God that God is doing extremely well for me. He providing my needs. They say God was brave to look at me and say, so the God attitude for me, it is not strange. I think he does everything it takes to be a lawmaker. But let me go to the issue. When we Sharif, our people are suffering. Do you know that there are people that slept in the streets last night because of the demolition? There are people that slept on the site. Yeah. The emotion is so high. Sometimes I get emotional and I want to recall some of these things because it's so devastating. There are people who pack their belongings, the few pieces of clothes they have, and they slept to their hotspot. Can you imagine that kind of situation? In the kind of cold, people slept outside there. I went over there and look, I just left the entire camera on and I had to walk out because it was too immediate. Do you know why you need to have your home? Why people are debating when you got children in school? Look, people slept outside there. You talk about economy. See the kind of immediation. And this lawmaker, who is a unity party lawmaker, why would it take the government to just give people 6 months? Give notice, they'll find somewhere to go in 6 months time. Amen. What is the rush? What? Let's agree that brother won a case and the rest of them. You can't give the people the least. What is your sense of humanity? Why can't the government is wicked? So there is no sense of humanity. You will not give the people just 6 months and say you'll find somewhere to go. You have to immediately in that form and manner. Do you imagine people sleeping outside? Like even Zoho can find shelter, but in an open air, people sleep their lives, crying till day. Some people, other communities, other people have to come and practically beg and say, I beg you, just can't sleep on my push. Imagine that kind of powerful story. Huh? From Sharif, this is emotional. This is emotional. This is too emotional. When I went there, when the structure was there, there are few videos. When the demolition started to intensify, where some people have to be pulled out of the house. I got one, there's a video training now. There's an old lady who have a house. That lady was sick. She said she's not going out of the house. The old people pull that woman out of the house, they drag her out of the house. And demolish her, that old lady, she keep going off. She keep fainting. And they keep wasting water on, and the police drag her, say, go on that side. What kind of wickedness is so? Look, over Sharif, sometimes when I say this thing, she see some of the reason why I let them go live, because the people, It can be so sad. Some of them will be, oh, la, 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 la. He did a video for Japan, he did a video for Israel. What could we do for me if I'm not blackmail my country? These people are suffering. When we share, we are suffering. Some of us is here, it's by the grace of God. When we share, we see the kind of condition people are living in this country, you will feel very terrible. Some of you in the diaspora there, your phone, if your phones are ringing, some people just want $10. Some people just want you to enter that call to just send them $20. Can you imagine more than 100 homes was just demolished in thin air and the government could not intervene? There is no sense of humanity. And you see them justify on Facebook, oh yeah, the law is the law. Amen. How
Brother,
dare you?
look at the photo that someone just sent me of an
Yes.
elderly lady and some other people who just decided to sleep on the side.
Step on the side, they both slept there. They slept there last night. The steps, I said the steps in my home. That is the kind of immediate where people are thinking. But that's the kind of government that we have. And let me close on this note. For some of you that are supporting this government and you continue to consider us as probably anti our country, we love our country. We love our country more than any other individual politician or political party. When Raka do well, he do well for everybody. When he build roads, we all will ride on those roads. Oh, government is doing the terrible thing that is affecting us. Look, the hate have increased to the extent that people don't sit each other on the road. But can you imagine if somebody can be justified, can be defending government for the kind of thing? Then you will know the level of hate. Do you know why it means for your family to be immediate in the form of mama and home? Somebody go on Facebook and say, get up from your man. Insulting you. Look, some of you, be careful your reputation. There is a day called tomorrow. Jiggins Scarlet, yeah, they were the most powerful individual in this country. What happened to them? It's our history today. They die on the dumb side. You may not be Jiggins Scarlet, but the modern world that we're living in today, have people have a way of reminding people. Some of you are going on Facebook justifying that kind of wickedness the government doing to the people. Remember, that there will be a court tomorrow. You don't do this to people. You don't immediate people to form a man. Let agree the land was given to the rebel owner. It's how you reduce the people to, you make the people to be temporarily in sin like they are nobody. What's the sense of humanity? Why would you treat your own citizen as a form of minor? Sharif, I just did not take some of the documentaries. Because look, I got emotional. I have to leave from the side. Because it was almost a thing I'm making more because it was so sorry. Do you know what I mean? For you to be through our house and then you tend to street person where you lay down on the background and frustrated. More than 10,000 Liberians have been made homeless. Just from Saturday to today. All the children that were in school, their school business already end because their parents don't have place to sleep. So if your parents don't have place to sleep, where are you going? Where are you going? But that's the country that we have. That's the country that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. One of our sister have called out Prince 2, and I want to read it here. Tracy from the Metro Media. Say Tracy Vincent, a bold and outspoken young woman and a strong voice of the CDC, has sharply condemned the forceful eviction of residents of Satan in Sinka. She accused the current lawmaker, Representative Prince A. Tolles, of presiding over actions that have rendered innocent citizens homeless, describing the situation as cruel and unacceptable. Vincent did not mince her words. Vowing to make Honorable Toole a one-term lawmaker, she pledged to take his fight directly to the people through an aggressive door-to-door campaign aimed at unseating him in 2029 election. Below is what she wrote. for making our people in Satan District number 8 homeless. You will go down in history as a one-term lawmaker. I personally will make sure to carry out a door-to-door campaign in 2029. Just my little promise. So eat while it lasts. Uncle Puff Daddy, pretty poor. You know, I don't like to display this, but I have to display. As you are saying it, someone just sent it to me just now. As you were talking, somebody just sent this picture to me and said, Prince, that you choke on talking. Yeah, is it? He said, last night I went around the area. He said, last night. He said, that whole place there was filled with people. Because, people start seeing camera around, so some other people. He said, these people are not mad. For you to think that, oh yeah, the people then mad. He said that they are normal. He said, you see their things. They don't have nowhere to go. And the guy said, in the inbox, said what he told me, he said, to even make the thing worse, Prince stole as a lawmaker. We're never seen around. He left from the area completely. He was never seen around. Nobody could come to these people aid. I mean, even while they were sleeping in the night, for somebody to come from the president office or any and say, well, the president have funding for this, disaster. You people are sleeping on the street. There's cold water here for you to drink until tomorrow. You can be whoever or however will be able to come. He said he said, Prince, the people slept down there. So on top of the picture that he's sending me, I can't display it here. There's a labor who buy a color. The other, I don't want to. He buy the color, just put it right on the ground with the paper, and he eating the color from on the ground. The picture you're looking at. Can you imagine? What kind of wickedness is this? My brother Jake, conclude on this issue. Let's go to our next issue.
Yeah, let's close it. Yes, first, I told you people, there's strictly political on too. You like it or not. And strictly politics here they play. Let me remind you, they sing God where on they land. Why you do it on Ellen Johnson selling 12 years? The Braga government is a weak government. You don't know it. Very weak. He's not in control. When I tell you, one day you will believe me. Why he never did it on Ellen Johnson selling? He was in the state. He had that property whatsoever he claimed. He had that document. Why he never came to cajole the court in Liberia for them to demolish everybody bidding there. You can do that on San Ellie because he was in control. Why he never did it on George Weah? Because he's in control. Bwaga said, when I tell you Bwaga not running today, you're believing it now. He ain't got nothing to lose. He's not in total control. He's not in no control of that country. That reality. You can see it from the sonar that what happened. The instructing every move he made, he heavily protected for him to not make mistake. He's not in control. He not know what he's doing. And the reality, who this guy? This guy will be the most hated Liberian. Let me tell you something. You know what I want my country to start doing? We start noticing all the evil people in the society. When I care for human life, who is he? He cajole you when you go to America. You hear America today, enjoy all the facility, whatsoever you do. That's the right way to do it. Listen to me, that's the right way. I know what kind of background he come from. I don't even want to know. They get way of doing it. Yourself, as a man, yourself come. You went to you live into the greatest country. You come on air. You visit a lot of radio stations. You say, Liberian, that's my case, oh. You all know the country, that stubborn country. So land for me, but thousands or hundreds of Liberians on their land. Now I want to do something on my land. So I'm asking the Liberian people, appealing to the Liberian people, those are on my land. The court is in my favor. The documents all here. But I gave you 6 months or 4 or 5 months to move. I'm saying that when anything happens in Liberian, people shouldn't blame me. This is a real call. That is the right way to do. And you care about people. Then the Liberian people will be on your side. Okay. Then the Liberian people will be on your side. You ain't hearing. You can't do like local demons. Nobody know. Nobody know. We're gonna call system you cajole. We're gonna call system you cajole. Who can that? Who judge that case for you? How you won that particular case? The people that were there for many, many decades, over 2 to 3 decades, they sat down to that particular place. You knew everything other people were there. Because you had lineage with the Unity Party, you just came straight. And the government too don't get the president in control. Even the presidential affairs minister, none of them know what's going on in the country. They just carry bulldozer because they say the court made decision. How the court made a decision? If the Liberian people, that particular person, that name, as people say, he will be one of the most hated person, no matter that property for you, but not the way to do it, not the way you go about doing it. You know our condition, our country. One of the poorest in the West African region. We live in shanty houses, other things there. Not the way to do it. Then the representative, as people know, it's the representative from that particular district, very arrogant. Very, very much arrogant. Every corridor of the country, everybody talking about he's very arrogant. He do a lot of things. So you don't appeal to people because they just came to power too large. So please, that before I pass it 2 minutes, you just talk about your 14 million naira that the government took 14 million US dollar from the motorcyclists. It's a huge amount of money. I think some higher money. So I believe it. Chokun, that your money, that your 14 million naira. Probably like why they buy a lot of in uniform for the police. That your money, that money too huge for the government to take that huge amount of money and silence all the motorcyclists in that country. So what they do with the 14 million naira? That the 14 million naira they use to buy the buses in India. That the 14 million naira they use it to fund out to bring all in the police cars in the country. So they cajole the Liberian people. They took the motorcycle, the poor people that came from the trenches. 14 million USD. Let me tell you, you can take the government to court in the ECOWAS court. Let me tell you, if you had the guts, you go sue the government for it too, because they get motorcyclists all around Africa. They will pity your cases. The case now will be, it might not be a damn case on a raft. No, it's a huge amount of money. Then what is the 14 million dollars? What did they with your money? What did they with that the money they financing, bringing motorboy for the police and other things then? At the same time, they having another beef coming again and probably we'll discuss it. The transport union, the LTM and the Liberian.
That's our next discussion anyway.
Okay.
But I want to play this video. This is one of the victims. This is the highest level of heartlessness I can see from any government. Highest level of heartlessness.
Don't say nothing.
You cannot intervene. Every government took oath to protect its citizens for the well-being of its citizens. That what government was instituted to keep law, to ensure that your citizens are protected. They voted for you. You said you come to rescue. Let's play this video before we go to our next discussion point.
Okay. Yeah, you like. Why are you here? Why are you here?
We came here the morning to seek justice.
Okay.
As I said before, we want justice because the place on the field street, we didn't just go to sit there or to occupy the place. Our parents bought those places, you understand? And we had deed. We had satisfied deed for it that we bought from the Johnson family. So what I can understand is that whether there is a law that says when you buy a property from somebody, like for example, the Johnson family, then after certain amount of years, the person can come back and reclaim that property. Is there any law in Liberia that says that? Because with our current situation, that's what they're trying to explain to us. And since we came here this morning, with our current situation now, we need immediate intervention. See me standing, I don't even walk. I said, that my son over there. When the people came, the way they drag my son, he phone and I hurting him. And you understand? So we can't even give you a story. You are do the thing. How will be sleeping? How will be surviving when we're holding our hand?
What's the size of your land and how long you've been?
I know the exact size of my land. If I survive, I can call the exact size of the land my father can land.
And how long you been there?
We've been there since the 80s. Our parents been there. Okay. And we came and we settled there too.
I don't know if you and the colleague who talk here had the same opinion, because in talking about his parents bought land from the Johnson, right? Yes. Johnson. Yes. And then the land there was some argument, but in the process, the Johnson won a case. Is that the same case, or you have separate?
That's the same case. That's why I try to ask you the question whether you can buy a place for somebody, then after a certain amount of years, the person come out for the place. Because we bought those places from the Johnson family, the Federal Johnson, Maxwell woman. On me, on my father did.
So having listened to all of you, people are listening to you. What exactly you want from the
I need assistance. Yeah, as you can see me, I'm not well. I said it on the social media. I'm not well. You see me? I sick. If you see me that day, I sick. I'm not well. I sick. And me, my children are sick. The all I want is you get somebody. And I really well. So much. How you expecting me for me to suffer? I sick. Nobody to talk for her. Even our representative Princeton, he couldn't say anything. He was there. When I talk about the power, even though our differences, but I can't stand for your people. What about representative?
Now, all of your brother again are power screen. Who for you?
Say anything, the law is the law.
Then
when you representing now, the people we supposed to be talking for, you spending on the making them homeless. Then you telling the people say the law is the law.
And it's not met.
Take our team, man. Let's our team different.
You have said here, if your demand is not met, what would be the next score?
And they see bunch of people.
Let me be frank with
they
you.
voted against Carrot's green.
It's on the Facebook Live.
You know, this is devastating. It's heartbreaking.
They call this one karma.
Our brother Leo.
They call it karma. I ain't wanting them. I feel nothing sorry for them.
Welcome, Leo. Welcome.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for that demolition. Sorry, Chris. I feel sorry for the demolition people. But the people, they told the guys only the Bible they call karma. A hunting nena. Who is Prince Toto Winsakara grave? That last propaganda, that gibber, they spread it good for them.
Let's listen to our brother Leo. Leo.
Well, thank you all. Let me say good evening, good afternoon to my fellow panelists here, and of course the general himself. But look, man, watching this video is just disheartening, man.
That your business.
But you see, Prince, let me just speak from the other side here, right? Sometimes our people need to know how to make decisions. You cannot make decisions based on emotion. Akaros was there fighting for the same people. Okay? I mean, not to say it's okay for them to go through what they're going through, but sometimes to make decisions based on emotions when things are going right. It might not have been well. Everything was not roses under His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah. But Prince, you and myself know 6 years, 3 years was interrupted, for which some of these people that voted against His Excellency, now they are suffering. I mean, it's sad. But Prince, let me speak from I mean, anyone who will see these people going through this, what they're going through, and turn a blind eye, man, you got to be living somewhere on some kind of planet that's not from here. And I'm speaking to your president, JMB. Are we all sitting here telling me that JMB has not seen what's going on with these people? Prince, what? These are refugees in their own country. The only time I remember these things going on, which I was a part of as a young boy, when my mom, we were packing back. This is 1990. We were going out to Freeport, getting on a ship to go Ghana. This is the same circumstance I was in their own country. Under what we call a normal circumstance, Prince. What is our country going through? This is not normal. And anybody can spin it the way they want to spin it. But if you are a humanitarian, seeing this, look at what the people slept outside on what dew. And then animal could have gone there and bitten them. And our president is sitting now complacently enjoying life. What kind of curse is this? Look. Look at what people who are in their own country sleeping. These are not beggars, Prince. These are hard-working market women and men. These are women who got their children in school. That particular lady, not only is she out there, but she's sick. The woman is sick. And JMB will sit in his comfortable home, watch these things going on, and people will want to clap for him. When we are saying these things, then we become the enemy of the states. Hey, I'm hoping to be the enemy of the states. But Broker has his day coming. President Broker has his day coming, because you know what I'm saying? The Bible says, suffer the wish not to live. This is pure witchcraft from a high level. How can Broker see his certain people, his residents, sleeping outside? These are not beggars, man. Come on, for Christ's sake. These are not thieves. But somebody who thinks he has money will go cajole the. You see, Gregory Como got what coming for him, my brother. My brother's brother. Gregory Como got what coming for him. Mr. Pink Lip, police general. Where people now play with you all in America, and now you go like, they decided to award you. See what you gave back to our people. See what you gave back to our people. But you know what? I mean, while we empathize with these people that's going on, I must rest and say sometimes the decisions that our people make, it left to haunt them. I'm sorry to sound this way. It sometimes left to haunt them. Thank you, Prince.
Thank you so much. But again, fellow Liberians, up to now, the executive mansion that have in its budget a specific line that has to do with disaster management. This is a disaster. We saw President Weah making intervention. I'll show you the video, and I read it from the executive mansion website, where he built places for people. He built places for people. Popo Beach and etc. These areas are there. Today, you can't hear Joseph Newman Boyka talking. Money for the disaster management, I don't know where it's going. We don't know where it is going. But again, there's the kind of situation we are faced with. My brother Chokon, I want to start this from you. There is a serious problem going on in Liberia, and courtesy of the Front Page Africa. Liberia Traffic Management and the Ministry of Transport. We really want to know who is in charge. Who is actually responsible for the issue of licenses, traffic, etc., etc. Who is really in charge, my brother? You interact with these people. You control a very big constituents that on a daily basis interact with these people. Who is in charge of our transport in Liberia? Let's hear from you.
McClare?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Sharif, that is a million-dollar question that requires answer. I'm a front runner, like you said. I control over 100,000 young people in this country who ride motorcycle for their livelihood. I control a lot of tricycle, what you call keke. There are thousands of people that are controlling, providing leadership from. But that question remains unanswered. I issued a statement today on behalf of Supreme. This issue that we are raised all the time. We are repeatedly called on the government to govern. What I'm seeing is a clear display against terrorism. They want what I refer to as bunch of hooligans. These are the group of people that is in charge of our country. Where in the world, for heaven's sake, I'm not alive doing G. Rao time, so I can give account of G. Rao leadership and the past president. I vividly saw Charles Taylor. I was a kid, but I saw Charles Taylor. Most people refer to the Taylor government as a rebel government. Never I have seen the kind of disjointed and confused government compared to the people who claim to be educated, sophisticated, and you just name them. They brag about education. They are so educated. Look, Waka sold the transport sector to the Liberia traffic management for 25 years. 25 years. But guess what? The rescue mission is very clear. If you go to the definition of what the people consider a rescue, is to kill, destroy, and steal. And they are perfecting it on a daily basis. Homo Sharif, the Liberia traffic management is closely working or collaborating with with the Labrador National Police, fully supported by Gregory Coleman. Fully supported by Gregory Coleman. They provided mobile, they provided logistics. They have their agents in the field arresting vehicle owners. My motorcycles are them on a daily basis. My keke riders are them on a daily basis. They will arrest you even if you register your vehicle at the Ministry of Transport. If they view that document and they see it that you register with the Ministry of Transport, do you know what they will do? They will issue you a ticket. They will fine you and say, and put on a fine, wrongful registration, meaning you have no business, you have no right going to the Ministry of Transport to go and register your vehicle. So they will issue that $20 or $50 your ticket, you go and pay it to them, not to the bank, to their headquarters, to on the RIA highway, before you go and take additional money to go and register your vehicle over. While at the same time, the Ministry of Transport have their agents in the field. When they see you with registration document from the Labrador Traffic Management, they will tell you that that document is illegal. They will arrest your vehicle, impound it, and then you will go for new registration. So many, to move freely in the street, you have to be carrying two separate license plates. You have to be carrying two driver licenses. Your registration, your vehicle registration document, you have to have two sets. One from the Labrador Traffic Management and another one from the Ministry of Transport. So the both of them have to be displayed. That's the only way you can move in the country free. And sometimes when we're talking, people say, oh, my baby, you're too small, you need to slow down. In fact, you're running as a fair regional president, the government will fire you, you gotta slow down. Look, this is about my country. When my people were voting me as their leader, they didn't ask me to come and compromise with government, most especially against their interests. So, I mean, I can get confused when I see people in my e-boss, oh, my people need to slow down, you know, you're going to election, you know your town also feel you're going to election chief. If I will not be president for the federation, you're to your position. This is the higher level of insanity I've ever seen. This is clear, this is a broad day robbery. What kind of wickedness is that? What kind of wickedness is that? Initially, they believed that they were making confusion, right? You follow that debate with the Ministry of Transport and the Labrador Traffic Management, right? They presented a picture like they were making confusion. They flocked folks from the Ministry of Transport who went to protest. But guess what? Their actual plan is for Liberians to be robbed, thereby using two separate entities to rob Liberia. What kind of country is this, for heaven's sake? And the guys, they are very, very, and I call it intentional impounding people's vehicle. The Labrador Traffic Management provided over 1,000 motorbikes to the police. They will chase you everywhere at any time you register your vehicle. At the same time, the Ministry of Transport have their agents in the field. The car motorbike, the car vehicle, everything chasing you. So what kind of country is this? So like the question you ask, that answer, and I don't for a attire. And I don't for a attire. But these are the people that brag about education. And that's why I don't brag about education, because I'm not educated. I don't brag about it because in my mind, education about application is not about displaying paper, because I get paper. And I can tell you for free, most of the guys you find in the corridors of power, they went to school. Now there are two ways. When you go to school, the school either pass through you or you pass through school.
Trokon, let me ask you a quick question if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So again, look, Trokon, man, my hats off to you, man. Good job you've been doing down there, because I've been following your works as well. But listen, so one of the allegations, and I heard from your boys on the streets, is that the Gregory Coleman and his forces were asking y'all to what? First of all, get the insurance, get the helmets. As soon as all of these things were done, then they gave a demarcation. You cannot go as far as where you guys are supposed to go to make your money. If you can speak to that, because I see that to be a very criminality attitude. The CMB on a higher level. If you would just speak to that, because I was trying to get that clarity, but who to talk to again,
So Choko, you can just use 30 seconds to respond to that as we go to Jake, and we'll come back to Leo.
Yeah, thank you.
So the thing is clear, right? So it is sad, right? The government collected over 14 million for us through motorcycle registration. Over 14 million United States dollars. They force our people to insure their bike. Each motorcycle pay $150 to insure one motorbike, one old motorbike. They force our people to buy driver lesson for $45 even though we ride motorbike. They force our people to pay $50 for 2 helmets. They force our people to pay $22 for reflective jacket. They force our people to pay $17 for view mirror. They force our people to go and labor business registry and pay $5,000 for business registration. They force our people to go and pay $30 for safety shoes. If you do the math, each motorcycle pay more than $350 for one old motorbike. After collecting that money, they didn't just ban us, but they killed one of our motorcyclists. When our people went to question the government about their cruel attitude, what they did, they added insult to injury. They banned our people, they brutalized our people, they killed some of our people. Up to now, they are brutalizing our people on a daily basis. So that's the situation with the motorcyclists. And there are there. So to answer your question, that's the situation. And we will never compromise. There have been many attempts made to bribe me, to get me job, so I can travel all of this country, to compromise the interests of our people. There have been terroristic threats against my life. There have been many attacks on me, saying I refuse to compromise. I said this repeatedly over and over. I saw the way Jigging Sky died. Who knows? I strongly believe it is because of people like Jigging Sky that compromise the interests of people. There are people in this country that went to the highest high, but they died on the dumb side. In my mind, it is because people place their trust and confidence in them and say, go and fight for all. Like me today, I'm privileged to control over 100,000 young people in this country. I can't betray them for any amount of money or opportunity. When that time comes back, for me to get rich, for me to get property, for me to travel, I will travel out of this country. I don't need to compromise the interests of the thousands of people out there that are depending on us to speak for them. So that's the case. Again, I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to my brother Jake. My brother Jake, we are confused in Liberia. Like the way Chokon is describing the situation, he made me even afraid and more confused. That you have to travel now with 2 different documents.
Me and I'm confused. Me, I don't call it raw. You're about your sugar coat. Me, I don't call it raw. When I tell you, you believe me today. I've been telling you from the initial stage of the government, it coming to reality in your faces now. They are broke government, no way out. They coming build complex. Where they taking the money from? The minister transfer all of the inco. You're gonna start sugar coating. Other like people can say Gona people, other like Gona people, think we stupid here. Other than inco, why you cannot resign? Why the minister cannot resign and make a press statement say, listen, I'm resigning from the government because the government is corrupt? Why? Why part of the world you get attendance? Why like people, you're not like reality? Why? That one too much negativity doing in the country, that why they cajole the Liberian people. They lie too much in the corridor. The minister no. The transport minister no. They have the right to take everything away. When it change, then you resign. You resign and talk and bring a press conference. You say, Liberian people are washing my hands. We got the future for tomorrow. There is a plan of the people. Say all that. Why you traffic group, all of you are going, the $1 billion, $20 million complex. Where they taking the money from? They see where they store people, they store 14 million. What that 14 million, you know, they stole the money on purpose. They play on the, when I tell you the country is broke, that would receive with me today. The country is hardly broke. The Unity Party get nothing. I even saw a Terwa going on for us on that bill talking about the country rich. Till I won't have debate with some of them one-on-one to tell me how Liberia is rich. When maybe a rich country, Terwa going them backing the government and state, when they see the mishap in the country. Then I reckon all politicians I won't say that way. If I'm destroyed, let me die. They don't lie in the corridor too much. He passing with broom up and down that he can change Liberia. He was a day labor minister, one of the one. Lalo, ill practicing the labor ministry. They done. So why he coming tell us here? What he tell one 2029, you'll be 74 years old. He led now. He led in that arena. He took me a war there again. That last and gibberish. He all the ugly concession coming out in that country. Our people that died from pressing on his watch. Then I saw your voice on Liberia. I was born in my heart. I said, during those days, that you used to lie to us. Because you're taught that Data University of Liberia, you're calling school there. You're a lecturer. The morning era, everybody has something in their hand and they call it a phone, tissue. You're going to come in casual. Let me try to say they know everything that's going on. They want build a $20 million complex. Where they taking the money from? They're using that ministry now to steal from the poor people. They transport the people, the commercial hub, the taxi driver, the keke, the trucks, all these people. How they want to raise that money. If the minister was sincere, tomorrow, he will put in a resignation. He will tell the Baka government, I'm not here for this. I'm here for my country. Government will go, government will come. I will stay there. My children the question they call repetition is greater than money. Now me ready. Go read it. The question they call repetition is greater than money. Leave that money thing. Leave that money story. You can get money, somebody can come around you because of your bad behavior, your posture. These are the kind of things that you can see why everybody can say why the United Party is struggling with all that money. Why they're not winning the propaganda war with their money. They lie. They just want to steal the people money. They just want to steal money to build that complex. They see what they stole the $14 million from the motorboy people to bring in police car. Who financing all the police car? Who financing all this? Now the $14 million that they stole from the motorcycle. And they sitting and they planning now to say they won't get you must buy lessons so. If the minister was sincere or a deputy was sincere, you will resign tomorrow. You will resign tomorrow and clear and then go rest. You already take 2 years of money. That money can maintain, he can do business. He can put a repetition, the land of the corrupt government yet. We don't know about the Lebanese boss, eh? The Lebanese board, when they come in the country, the Arab board, they would know about them. So whatsoever, how in your country said the people they will take more money than you in your country. What they call super or Liberian, even member of the United Party, that living in America can provide lesson. They can provide real digital lesson than the Lebanese. So what kind of talking about we build Liberia, we read Liberia, it's a lie. That's just a cajole. Brother, they won't build like $20 million complex. So they don't have no money. They won't use people money. They won't take people money and build a complex. The finance minister cannot produce that $20 million. It's not in the budget. Where are they taking it from? Where are they taking it?
Thank you so much.
For that complex. So please, the result is they want to steal from the people.
Thank you so much. My brother Leo, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
A country with 2 different bureaus controlling one. I don't know. But let's hear from you, my brother. Let's hear from you, Leo.
So Prince, this is what's going on. So why Ministry of Transport will issue a paper? There's somebody also who has a subcontract office. Like gotta get you another paper. In who with the Ministry of Transport, the Minister of Transport, it's like it's an extra share away from the ministry. So it's like, and Trocon can speak better to that. It's like the then Minister of Health. When you will go to JFK, They will tell you, say, oh, no medication here, oh, but let me show you one clinic, and that clinic belongs to the minister. The minister
Exactly.
of health.
Yes. Now,
I mean,
if they do it,
it's not funny, but this is what raw CMB in the faces of our people. Why would you need two paper document? Why? Is the one from Ministry of Transport not enough? When you would tell these guys to buy these things, and what's even sad now, sometimes to even get that that passenger a day is tough. It's tough. Again, we are seeing the same old thing. You steal from just the common man who is trying to feed his family. You will take $250 for them helmet. You will take money for them for license, insurance, and everything. At the end of the day, you say, "Oh no, you can only go beyond that house, but you cannot go beyond there." What kind of cash 22 is this? That's nonsense. Eh? But these guys are, they split the Department of Transport to the point where, and the president knows about these things because the president getting a cut. Everybody getting a cut, my brother.
but I'm cutting off 1 minute. I'm cutting
Yeah, go
off.
ahead.
So how about the citizens in the country? Those are running all the commercial hub there. How about but they can come together and store the whole country for 1 week? Store them. No transport in the country under the president got involved. Say we want one particular place. Then the process of paper. The citizens, let me tell you something too. The citizens know that people won't sleep on it. They got it right now to say no.
Yeah,
The whole country, we're not running the street. No testing or what we see will kill you. They will not run 2 days or 3 days. The person will say no. When they one person will cut, or then no one control the thing. But when they send out some panel, they will eat that money. No, they'll eat that money will be left for them to build a $20 million in justice complex.
As it relates to this issue of the transport ministry and the LTM, you can see a high level of criminality, and you can classify this government to be a BM government in a broad daylight. And like you said, Joseph Nyuma Boyka is aware. This is not
Yes.
happening in Pluto. It's not happening in any kind of different planet. It's happening right in the office of the president. But because this government is a BM government, Joseph Nyuma Boyka cares about himself, he will sit down, almost like survival of the fittest. You jump in the ring. You have made the loudest noise that you win. So Gregory Como, who is the police boss, that should be catering to the protection of our country and our people and our property, Gregory Como decided that, well, I can also see how best I can take this contract of giving licenses and etc. When you look at the Ministry of Transport, about the Ministry of Transport that was established in 1987, when you look at the function of the Ministry of Transport, according to what it says that that particular ministry is to administer the transportation situation in Liberia. In other words, to be able to give insurances, to maintain the regulation and the policy of Liberia as far as the transport is concerned. They have the oversight responsibility for executing policy that is relating to the land, the sea, the air, and etc. Anything that has to do with transport services in Liberia. They regulate as far as the printing of licenses, license plates, and etc.
Yes.
So Joseph Nyuma Boyka is aware. The old man, wicked old man, has been in government for all of these years. And these things has never happened. Where we will see two agencies, one has been established by criminals that are related to Joseph Nyuma Boyka, and one that is enshrined in the law or that was established by an act of legislature. So for Boyka to ignore what was established by an act of legislature only because he wants to please his criminals that are around him and are also giving him court, this is to tell you that Boyka don't even have respect for the rule of law. No, it's just a continuation of a president that is showing that he's evil, he's devilish, he's barbaric, and he has a serious disrespect or disregard to anything that has to do with law. This is what we are seeing. Under no circumstances and condition, we should have a country that has an institution that was established by law. For that particular institution function to be usurped by few, how you call men around Gregory Como that feel that, yeah, we can eat our own. And sorry, few men around Joseph Newman Burke and say, Papi, we can eat our own, we can give you your own too. But this man is dishonest. Are we surprised about the dishonesty of Joseph Numa Boyka? Men who will look at, like you said it the last time, Leo, and I would just want to borrow from you. Men who look at better go and give a saw. You saw you know how devilish it is, but you get that better go saw, you stuff it with enough saw, you took it and go sell it to Fuller men. Only because you want to deceive the Fuller men. So who told you that Joseph Numa Boyka is not aware? But the papa is wicked. The man is a devil incarnate living in a human form. But he said it. No, don't get mad at me. This man said, I will dance with the devil. If you are not a devil incarnate, can you dance with the devil? Can you? If you don't have any dealing with the devil, can you dance with the devil?
But Prince, I'm cutting off. Prince, I'm cutting off. Who the person is sending a chairman on transport in the legislature?
Who is the chairman on transport?
They didn't get the oversight. They can start that whole deed that happening. They're powerful. What are the people?
Who is the chairman on? You know the chairman on transport?
Saturday, the chairman on transport is Joseph, who attempted robbing me.
Oh, but they finish. They finish. Oh, but they finish.
3,000 US and say, my man forgot, but they won't put that in.
They finish.
I want our money, yeah.
Please go ahead. I definitely don't know.
You know, yeah. So what we are seeing is a broad daylight robbery on the part of the government. This is criminality displayed in the most simplest form. But again, this is what we have. A Liberia that is controlled by a bunch of criminals who are using the nomenclature called rescue. And they think by using that word rescue, they can cajole us or they can deceive us. When you talk, somebody will jump from in the corner who don't even know his left from his right and tell you, say, oh, the men are old men. We're looking like we're running a village of elders here, or the man is controlling our life. You have a president that is controlling our life. Everything that we do, whether be it in Liberia or out of Liberia, we are affected. Whether we are in Liberia or out of Liberia, we are affected by the decision that Joseph Numa Boyka will make. But this is just to tell you how incompetent, evil, and wicked this old man is. And he does not care about the people. They use that word rescue to cajole the people. It's just like those days, the 419 we used to have around. This time we can hardly see them. They BM back in the 90s. They will use the fuel money. The money clean, if correct, give it to you. You see it, yeah, but then if I eat from the man, I eat. Let me go bring the 5,000 to the man and watch the man. Before you bring the 5,000, no, that man lost, he gone. That just a Numa Boyka strategy the man play. That just a Numa Boyka. Okay, that's just what he's doing. But my brother Chokon, let's take the next at least maybe one minute and then run up on this issue. Then we'll go to the line. So just take one minute each. Let's run issue while I attend to something. Then we'll go to the line and start to receive calls.
So, like you said, all of us are involved with. I take another person.
Yeah, Trogon's background is noisy.
Oh, okay. For me, I already said it. The Ministry of Transport and the Transport whatsoever, other than Kowu, if they're not in collaboration, they just want to cajole the Liberian people. Then the minister will resign for his own family integrity to prove it to the Liberian people that he's not part of none of that operation, but he keep mute, he keeps silent. We'll hold them responsible. So for me, the intertwine. They cannot, because it never happened before. As pre-read it never happened before. So when they sit down and allow it, that's why I said they want to generate huge millions of dollars. They see what they did with this motorcyclist. For me, it's able to build us. Look, the ceremony, the breaking ground ceremony of the complex. Who were there? And not the justice minister. Look at, you can see the things that you can see everything building up. You didn't got to be a rocket scientist. The red is already on the wall. The justice minister, all of them in Kowu, all of them in Kowu, the police director, all of them together. So they broke ground, $20 million. The president even announced that complex in a solar message. He never, that landmark complex, when it's being a solar message going forward, he announced it. Right after right after the Sona, that was the biggest flop in Sona history. That was the biggest flop in Sona history in our country. They went straight down to break ground and they never acknowledged Samuel Doe. They let Samuel Doe. Where he broke ground at the same place. The data was already had in newspaper. They broke ground. He broke ground. Now Samuel Doe, they call a particular project. And used to say, any United Party used to say the blueprint. That was a blueprint. That was a blueprint of the NTP, the Samuel Doe NTPL. I remember that was a blueprint. He, Joseph Parker, was minister. He attended that breaking ground ceremony way back. So he knew everything, but he never acknowledged Samuel Doe. But the only acknowledgement he did with Samuel Doe, he cajoled the crown people to say, I will rebury Samuel Doe. Then they went, he said the people dubious, they're very cunning. Then he went to Grand G there. The Samuel Doe knew it, so the news on that whatsoever, he never knew it there. Then they came back again. The Samuel Doe grant he never acknowledged Samuel Doe to say, oh, there's a blueprint. I will implement a particular blueprint. I was honoring Samuel Doe, doing it, I pay homage to him. He never did it. So Liberian people, and the reality, we can see the writing on the wall. So for me, that complex, they just want to build that complex so that what they're using, the ministry and that other agent to generate funds. So a level the transport, the keke rider, the taxi driver, the truckers, all that in the country, they can put start to it if they're willing to put start to it. I have to say. Prince. You there? Joko, Prince. Okay, let me continue probably. Let me continue, followers. I don't know, probably Prince having some internet problem, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but Liberian people, that the reality, you have to share this video. Yeah, we'll come here probably Wednesday again. So let me just discuss one social thing quick before I let it go. I'll always preach health. Always preach health. Health is life. Health is life. Liberian people, I told you people, we have that narrative. They say life is short. No, life is not short. Don't buy that narrative. Life is long. Take good care of your health. Health is life. Health is the most important thing. Health is greater than riches because everybody want to live long. Nobody come on the earth to say, I want to live short life. No. But we just have that mentality, say, oh, life is short. Never life is short. Life is long. Because anything you utter from your mouth, that reality. So always think positive. Life is never short. Always think positive. Life is never short. Your destiny lies in your own hand. And never limit yourself. If you're sick, if you're noticing something, you go straight to the hospital. Your doctor will diagnose you and put you on medication. But don't let the sickness to spread in you. I will always say this. That's why you can see a lot of people sickness are spreading up for years and years. Then it destroys the immune system. When they take you to the hospital after some months or days, then you go low, it's late, not knowing the sickness are engulfed, it destroy the immune system. Then you can't survive anymore. Then they say, oh, in a twinkle of the eye, they say, oh, the man just fell sick 1 minute, you took him to the hospital and he passed away, not knowing that sickness was in you. So go to any doctor, they will check you. Through the blood, they find a lot of sickness. Through the blood. And doctor keeps secrets, I always say, but do never utter from your mouth like life is short. No, all followers, life is long. When I told you people will all die, but I'm not talking about because something called untimely death. The same Bible talk to us, why die before your time? People die before their time. So why die? God asked that question, why die before your time? They're simply trying to tell you life is not short. That particular quotation, if you interpret different form. So you got to go to your doctor. If you're sick, he will diagnose you. So Liberians, that's the message I get for you concerning health. Yes, I'm here, Prince. Liberians. So that what I say, life is never short. I'm not talking about cardiac arrest or accident. These things happen in life. So, but put your health in order. Health is life. Health is greater than riches because if you sick, you cannot work. Even if you sick, you cannot do anything. So if you're healthy, you can acquire wealth. So we cannot be sick from hospital to hospital, you acquire wealth. No. The greatest thing, I told you people before, one of my mentors they had to follow the list what I used to follow before, the left Steve job during your dying days. He told the world I left it not short, but he overlooked his health. He died from pancreatic cancer. So Liberians, life is not short. Never life. You have to raise that mentality. It's never short. It's long. I will give you some scenario in the Republic of Liberia. Ellen Johnson said 86 years old, probably should be 90. Few more years from now, you saw at the Hope Foundation. You saw Ellen Johnson said at the Hope Foundation, I think today. So life is never short, Liberian people. So, brother Lee, you can take it over. I probably have something with your
Yeah,
internet.
I don't know what police church and my whole system went down, but look, thank you, Detroit. What I wanted to say in under this 1 minute as it relates to this demolition that's going on, and I hope Prince is around to go to the phone lines. Look, at this point in time, right, Detroit, and you will better remind me. You remember around this time, under His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, the American embassy was all over his government.
Yeah.
All over his government, asking for sanction. I mean, the slightest thing that happens in Liberia, the American embassy will jump in. What I want to say in this space is for all of those folks whose homes were demolished. I want them to march to the American embassy, lay the mattresses down, the mats down, and sleep there and protest there. Let them do that.
They will not do it.
Detroit.
You think they will do it? Yeah,
I mean,
another app there, that
it's another
awareness.
way of protest.
Yeah, that awareness. That awareness.
That's another
Great
form of
awareness.
protestation.
But
When
wait.
George Manawia was trying to, in 1 second, was trying to manage his young government after COVID, the embassy was even pumping this guy with more pressure. But today, where are they? You will not hear them talk. I'm talking over thousands of people that are now sleeping out in the street. I'm calling on all these mothers, all these fathers, children. You all take your children mattresses. You all take your mask, pass, and pen. Go cooking for the American embassy.
All the UN building, United Nations can help them to reach to put the in houses. Yeah, they can build it. They can build a lot of things for them. They can clear. They see where they having demolition. They can find area, they clear and put them kind of 10 area. Then it's an emergency. It's a serious emergency.
Some kind of
temporary. You're right.
Settlement.
If they have the boss, if they can hear us under the Palava Hall, let them take that plan to the United Nations. Now it's very urgent. The other than march to the United Nations.
Definitely. I think what we are going to do is supposed to be receiving call, but then because of another time that I just received, and then I got to attend to something. But I want to say thanks to all of our people who've listening. Hopefully, maybe this evening, late this evening,
this
if
evening,
time is giving, then we'll be able to come on and maybe discuss more about this transport issue because it's of concern. This is complete stealing from the ordinary people. To see government engage in this kind of cartel deal, where you will be able to take money from the Ministry of Transport and you also using the LTM to take money. This is just pure. This is criminality in the I don't know, the lowest form of a government. You using two entities to receive money from the people. What kind of thing is that? The Ministry of Transport is charged with that responsibility, and all of these people are paying to the government. You see how evil it is. You see how wicked it is. All of these people are paying to the government. The LTM is not operating out in a kind of vacuum. They are doing it with government knowledge. The Ministry of Transport is also doing it with government knowledge. So to see these kind of thing happening and Boyka remain complacent and quiet, this is the highest level of criminality. In a serious country, a man like Boyka now, as I speak, he will be answering questions from the lawmakers. But again, we have a bunch
But
of
when
people.
they hear me go side, they get big money were checking government.
My
What
brother,
they are today?
these
What they
people are
are
people with
today?
our morals. We don't call them. They are people with our morals. But again, fellow Liberians, this evening we are going to be on. Join us until we meet again. We want to say thanks to our brother Lee. We want to say thanks to Jake and also to our brother Drew and all of you, our many family who have been with us from the very 1 hour to this time. We want to say thank you. Don't forget to like, follow, and share the page under the Palava Hut. Until we meet again, bye from our end, and we love you all. Bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.